Hey guys, today I'm gonna show you how to replace a B&G 100 series circulator pump. First thing you do is you turn the boiler switch off, locate it. Most time it's located right next to the boiler. Turn it off or outside. It may be a red switch. Then close off all valves that's on the opposite side of the pump to try and isolate the pump itself so you can work without having to do too much drain down. The way this is installed is only one pump. I'm gonna have to drain out most of the water of the boiler on this side, which is why I have this bucket set up. So we're gonna do that. Drain out some water. You can watch the gauge here, which will tell you when the water is pretty much all the way down. And this pump is on a steam system. People do that to what happens is you have the water, the pump is sitting below the water line, so it will circulate hot water from the steam boiler to the lower flows like basement, and up top is it where the steam would go. And that's why the boiler only have half to 3/4 water in the tank, in the boiler itself, so it get time to create steam from here upwards. All right, so we're just waiting until this finished draining. All right, so in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and start disconnecting the electrical on the pump. Of course, this is not the best of installation on the wiring, but it will do. It's only 2 wires, 120 volts, but you should always check your ratings on the pump and what you have from the boiler. Most time though, the 100 is definitely 120 volts. So we'll disconnect that, come out the circuit. What we will do is loosen these bolts. There's 4 bolts, 2 on each side. We'll loosen each one. Pretty simple. Pull it out, put in the new one, which I'm gonna show you guys in a minute. This one is pointing slightly slanted down, so I'm gonna have to turn this so it can come up a little level. That's just some field work. It's good to observe these things about your system so you can correct it while you actually have the chance to do so. All right, so for what we missed is I find that the drain was coming out pretty slow. So what I had to do in order to speed up the process, I had to unscrew the drain from out of the plumbing and kind of clean this up, get a lot of debris from out of it. This is why we recommend you draining your boiler at least once every 2 weeks, so that preventing sediments and buildup from settling at the bottom of the boiler system, which is the lowest part of the whole heating system. Everything from rust and all that breaks down, just settles there. And so I had to just unscrew that to get the water pour out, and now it looks like it's done. As you can see, the glass is empty, so we are good to proceed and start taking the bolts out one by one in order to get the pump out. Wires disconnected, wires out the way, switch is off. And I use a channel lock just for better gripping for me, but you could use an adjustable wrench or any kind of wrench that you have or you see fit. All right, so this is just me using my handy channel lock, the small ones. Pretty cool. And this to loosen the bolt, sometimes you need to hold back one, and therefore I use 2 in my case. Okay, so here we go. You wanna loosen them up, starting with this one. Everything here. get all those bolts off the best way you can. You got the idea. I'm gonna speed that up a little bit. See all of that gunk. I always recommend not to put it so low to the bottom of the system, because everything settles right in the pump as well. Clean these up real good. Make sure you have everything flow. Oh, check that out. That boy is like it's clogged. Okay, I'm gonna do this, try to get some water to pass through that. So I'm gonna open up the feed. Make sure that water is flowing out there nicely. See that? It was slightly clogged already, so I have the feed running while doing this. Obviously, if your pump is not moving water, eventually it's going to burn itself out as well. So that's much better there. Close this off. Stop. This side is pretty okay. This side stops everything. Then you gotta get off whatever old gasket or washer that's in the area. Okay, so now that we get all the old gasket and sealant removed from these flanges you can reuse. If they're in terrible shape, you can replace them, matching up the size of the pipe that they're going to be screwed into. This is 3/4 flange. Be careful of the sizes. A lot of times it's 3/4 in any cases. Okay, but you want to make sure that you getting the right size when you go. You tell them you need a pair of flanges, 3/4, ½ inch, 1 inch, whatever, and because it does not come with the pump. On the pump is just the opposite side of the flange. And we are opening. What I'm replacing this 100 series with is the Armstrong. It works pretty well, and as you can see, it does the same thing as the Armstrong, as the B&G 100 series. I believe it's no maintenance, whereas you don't have to oil this as you would do that. So taking it out, these are the new bolts and nuts with the gasket that it comes with. Right, and this is your pump. Same color, same look. Just doesn't come with a port to oil like the B&G would have a port back here. You oil here, one here you oil, and one up here. This one don't. So you know this is low maintenance and it works very well. All right, so that saves you there. Okay. we are getting ready to install the pump. It's very critical that you know which way is your supply line and which is your return, all depending on how you set up your bleeder and stuff like that. On the pump itself, there's an arrow. The arrow, as you can see, for this particular pump is here. It's coming along here, meaning that the flow goes this way. Okay, the flow goes through this end, come out the other side as the arrow. Some pumps has it like engraved along here, but it's definitely on the pump. Looking at the B&G, I believe they have it right there. You can see it along there, and that's the arrow underneath. All right, you want to strictly follow that so you're not pumping the system, you know, the wrong way. Right, so here we go. We want to install this bad boy. Okay. Set the rubber, grab the bolts, nut just to hold it in place. Okay. One thing I do realize, however, is this pump, the electric is gonna point downwards if I do it at this side. If I hold it up, it's gonna point upwards. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to rotate the body. I'm gonna have to rotate the body of this so that when it's sitting this way, this is on top. And you could do that by these 4 screws. So not every time that happens, but in this particular instances, that's what's going on. So we're gonna have to turn this motor up so the electricity is facing upwards, so it makes it easier and direct fit as how the old one were. So goes this one back there. Go give you a fight. Alright, you got that?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So I have my helper here giving me a hand to try and get this one back there settled. Alright, hold on. Okay. Right? Get it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You see all of that shit.
Okay.
No, you tell me. It's okay. So just kind of straighten it up a little bit. The pump was a little down. Do it by eye. That looks level to me. Absolutely. The thing about this one doesn't work with oil, so you don't have to worry about it being balanced and the oil probably not getting to some of the bearings. I'm sure it could work fine with a little slight pitch. but that's definitely level there. As you can see, I already connect one end. The back bolt give me a little fight, and didn't want you guys to see all of that. You didn't need to see all of that, as long as you get the idea. You know, so I'm gonna put on the last gasket and bolt on the other side. See if this one goes a little smoother. Just want to see. Slide it in there. Then when you tighten, once again, you always hold back. Okay guys, so what I had to do here is the electrical connections for the new Armstrong was on this side, and the one for the 100 series B&G was on this side. This could have reached then, but because it's coming from the other side, it can't reach, so I had to kind of improvise on that side, whereas I take these this wire, well rated electrical wire, 14.4, use 2 legs, and I'm gonna make my connections from the relay box back to the pump, and then just connect them as it would. Alright, and it's late night, no inspection or anything, just a pump change out and replacement. You could use any electrical wire that's rated for 120, and you should be able, once you do it safe enough, you should be able to get your system going. Get everything in there. Yep, and that completes the installation of your new circulator pump. Same goes to anyone or any system. Now we refill the system. Water level is back. Check for leak. If there's any, I usually don't over tighten them on the first try. Give it a nice good tighten. If they leak, a lot of time all you do is you just tighten each one and bring it together, and as you go. So water is in the line. We're gonna do a quick bleeding for the basement loop, and that complete the installation of a circulator pump. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more videos like these. Like, subscribe. Thank you.